submission only. And I think if there's no submission, it ends up being a draw at the end.
20 minutes?
It's just like Metamoris in that respect. I think 15, 20 minutes, something like that. And they put on great shows, great matchups. And, man, Garry Tonon is taking on Paul.
I saw that.
That is so fucking gangster.
I agree. When I saw it, I was scared.
Who wants to... He's the only guy that's asking for Paul Harris. Nobody wants Paul Harris.
This is just in jiu-jitsu,
Nobody.
Right?
Yeah. The last 5 guys that have fought Paul Harris, it's because they offered the fucking fight to him, and that no one's going after him. You know, and in grappling,
imagine if he
just
leg
grappling.
locks Paul Harris.
Oh,
what if he leg locks Paul Harris? It's it's highly possible that he's going to leg lock Paul Harris.
But it gives you an idea
Highly
how good Jake
possible.
Shields was, because he was beating Paul Harris up on the ground. He was controlling his body completely.
Jake Shields is very good.
He's unbelievable.
Very
Hey,
good.
Jake Shields is one of the best.
Garry Tonon, though, when we saw him at your event,
yeah, you were talking
I can't remember last time I saw something like that.
motherfucker.
He was eating these dudes up.
Well, that leg lock game, that John Danaher leg lock game, is very high level, man. Him and Eddie Cummins, both those guys are fucking wizards, man. And Danaher apparently is a wizard too. Like, I never seen Danaher roll, but everybody says he's so goddamn smart.
It all started with Dean Lister. Dean Lister went to Henzo's in like late 90s, 2000, 2001, and Dean Lister came into the jiu-jitsu world already as a Sambo guy. So he was always the guy, even as a white belt, as a blue belt in Southern California. Dean, we grew up together in the jiu-jitsu world. He was always that leg lock dude, that Sambo guy who got into jiu-jitsu. So that dude, Dean Lister, goes on to win Abu Dhabi absolute leg lock and fucking everybody. That knee bar that he hits Saulo Ribeiro with, holy shit, in 2003, watch that shit.
Dude.
The knee bar he hits Saulo Ribeiro. Saulo Ribeiro is like one of the best ever, one of the greatest jiu-jitsu players ever. And Dean, that knee bar that he got him with was insane.
Garry Tonon, I don't know what the current rankings are, but is he #1? In person, he might be the best I've ever seen.
There's no real official rankings.
I'm telling you,
because there's a point. There's a point game, and then there's a submission only game. But let me finish really quick. So that guy, Dean Lister, he goes to Henzo's, and Danaher's there. Danaher's Henzo's little prodigy, and he leaves an impression with Danaher.
Oh,
I'm sure he left a couple. Oh man, he's out.
Fucked his jaw up.
And then Danaher took what he learned from Dean Lister, and he just blew that shit up. And Danaher's like a scientist. I think he's a physicist or something. Or
Danaher rock Under Armour.
He has his PhD in philosophy.
Something like that.
He has his PhD in philosophy, and he used to, when Henzo used to give him, Henzo back, this is literally, I don't know, got 2003 or whatever. Henzo, when somebody would come in to kind of challenge and somebody was really good, he would kind of casually give John, he'd say, roll with John for a while and see how you do first. And John would you'd watch him tap these dudes, like these really good Sambo guys or whoever they were, and he just get like he was moving in slow motion.
He's a minimalist, right?
Yeah, he's just really smart.
He was like one spoon and one
He was a bodybuilder or power lifter physique at one point in time.
Yes.
And then
he's super strong.
He was working as a bouncer,
strong.
and he wanted to learn martial arts to deal with like in bouncing situations. He realized I should probably have some skills.
That's insane. I had no idea.
He doesn't look like it now, but he's still obviously very strong. If you look at him, he's thick and fit, but apparently he used to be like really big.
Damn, I saw him at a UFC event. He was like at the bar afterwards, and he had on a fucking rash guard and some jeans tucked in. No fucks given either.
He does that all the time. His wedding.
That's his thing. He wears rash guards everywhere.
He did?
Yeah.
So gangster.
I always see him every time. He was in Whole Foods.
Look who he's created. Eddie Cummings, Garry Tonon. Because Garry Tonon went to Henzo's to train with Danaher, and he didn't have any leg locks. He was all rear naked choke. He had his, basic. He was already a black belt. He went to Danaher. That's when he started learning the leg locks from him. And through Eddie Cummings, and then him and Eddie Cummings just became like best friends and training partners.
I was so impressed with Garry Tonon, man.
I took privates from John Danaher.
Did you?
Yes. Like probably 5.
And now they got this new guy, Gordon Ryan, who just got his black belt. He's fucking amazing as well. That's the new guy. You're gonna
He's got monsters
Ryan.
at Henzo's.
Yes.
You know who's another leg lock master that people forget? Dave Terrell. You remember Dave Terrell versus Ricardo Almeida in 2003 in Abu Dhabi?
I don't remember that.
Dude, Dave Terrell had some nasty ass fucking leg locks. Dave Terrell was so explosive.
I've heard legendary stories about him in the training room.
Dude,
he's the best ever.
I saw him, seeing him compete, like watching him in Abu Dhabi. I always expected he was going to be UFC champion because he went into MMA and started smashing people. He knocked out Matt Lindland in the first round, but Evan